Standing by.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Complete.
Once again, the portal to many dimensions is open. Konnichiwa, ohayo gozaimasu. It's your favorite superstar, the multi-dimensional Tajigin, Khaiden, a sentient star cluster in VTuber form. Happy Final Fantasy Friday, even if it's Saturday for you. So, wonderful Castle Crasher stream we had earlier on YouTube. For those who weren't there, we actually finished the game. We finished the blacksmith playthrough already, which I was kind of expecting, kind of not expecting, if that makes any sense. I was 50-50 whether we were actually gonna do that. I didn't know how close we were to the ending. I did not look that up, unlike what I'm doing here in Final Fantasy XIV, which I have the quest list. I actually need to write down some of the quest names in there to kind of take a look at it, but yeah. In there I had less of an idea. I just knew the game was gonna be short enough to just be a few streams, but there's still some extra things left to do. One particular arena I still need to beat, and that's what we're gonna do on Sunday. So we're still gonna have a Castle Crasher Sunday stream. Much shorter stream than originally planned though. Which works out well for me because there are some things that are due for, on Sunday for me. Well, some things I gotta work on. One of those is the 39 Kamen challenge actually. You know, what I've been doing for the hashtag 39 Kamen challenge so far is making a picture of myself with the belt of every rider for that day so far. The problem is, today is Black RX, and the next 3 days are going to be Shin, Seto, and Jay, who are riders without a belt. So I have to get more creative with what I want to do with them because, well, wearing a belt and also having a background of the rider taken from a video game called City Wars that is now defunct, but it's still a great source for like a lot of artwork and stuff like that. And yeah, it is. I have already done a picture for Shin in which I got really creative, and you'll see what I mean when I post it tomorrow. But oh, actually, that reminds me that I haven't posted today on the Discord server. Let me do it right now, actually, because otherwise I may never get to it. We may be in for quite a few hours here. We are lagging. Hopefully the internet is okay. Yeah, quite a few hours here on Final Fantasy XIV because of what we have to do today with Dreams of Ice. I think we left it at a really good point last week. And what we're going to continue here, yeah, the way we're going to continue here is really gonna work out. But yeah, I gotta work on those. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna need to work on tomorrow's a little bit after the stream, just a little bit though. We are lagging. I'm so sorry about the internet issues. I feel like I gotta apologize even though it's not my fault, you know? It's the least I can do, I guess. But then for set O, I already have an idea for J that may work, but I have nothing for set O, which is the rider for Sunday. I have no idea what to do for that. I'm open to suggestions. Like, I need to have something visual on me that is from the rider, and without any trinkets of any sort, it's really difficult. No belt, no external device, maybe. The motorcycle, maybe, but there's no way I can use that one, I think. So I'm just gonna do like the pose, and I'm not gonna show anything else. I think it's gonna be the one that's the most lacking. After that, though, Jay, I have an idea that I think is gonna work. Well, I gotta test some things out, but hopefully it works. And after that, Monday, Kuga. Then from onwards is just very easy. Every single one of them has a belt that I can use, and I will use. I may go beyond just the belt though. I might do some other things in there too, but yeah. Actually, I just thought maybe I should use the Titan belt for Kuga because it's purple. Yeah, that might work out actually quite nicely. Maybe I should do Gun form when I get to DNL because it's also purple. In case you haven't noticed, purple is my everything. I mean, look at this, look at this. Even the multi-dimensional portal, also known as a time vortex, behind me is purple this time. Purple with some nice orange behind it. But yeah, thank you so much to Kenas for creating that on YouTube. But yeah, I'll have to see what to do with that. But that's the thing, right? It's something that's gonna take me some time to work on, and that's only one of the things I need to work on. Tomorrow's Japanese learning stream might be a bit on the shorter side too. I mean, not that different from last week. Last week I think we went for like 2 hours or so, and that's it. So that may work out in that way. Give me a second here. I'm checking something quickly. But yeah. Huh. Interesting notification. I got an advertisement. I was checking something and I got an advertisement that was a VTuber. Interesting. Interesting indeed. That definitely looked like a VTuber, so... First time I've ever seen an ad based on a VTuber, I think. Pop up for me, but yeah. But anyway, yep, that's all I wanted to say about that. About the things I may work on. Next week... Next week, things are gonna be, yeah, I don't know what things are gonna be like, actually. FF14 is guaranteed. The Japanese learning stream, I think. Well, provided nothing happens and all that. But, what should I do for the first half of Friday? Because we're not gonna start the other Final Fantasy games just yet. What should I do, maniacs? I may still look for another game that can be completed quickly. Hell, I might still even go for... Battle Block Theater. As a sort of follow-up to, Hold on, I'm checking some things here. Re-enabling some things that I forgot to enable. But I hope that's okay. As we are about to... get into the game, give me a second. Checking some things out very quickly. See, we might listen to this song a lot every Friday from now on. Not just on this second half of the day, if you will. Oh, you know what I forgot? Oh my god, I completely forgot! The death counter! I completely forgot that death counter on Battle Block sorry, on Castle Crashers. Oh, well, it was at 6 from the from last week, and now it's... I only died in the arenas today, so that was maybe 3 more deaths or 4, so I got to like 9 or 10. Those were the total deaths I had. And most of them were in the arenas. I don't know. But yeah, I keep forgetting about that. If I get to Battle Block Theater, I might make a count of that. I might, because deaths in that game are a little bit different. You just immediately respawn on the map. It's more... It's a different thing. It's a different thing entirely, I think. But yeah. Give me a second here. Where is the thingy I'm looking for? I'm looking for something here very quickly. Right, let's get into the game then. You know, I think I need to go to the Gold Saucer. I think I missed last week, actually. I didn't go to the Cacpot. So let's go to the Cacpot, the weekly Cacpot. Still a funny word to say, I think. Cacpot. I don't know why it's so funny for me to say. But we left off at the Snow Clock dungeon, so the next quest is called for the Greater Good. That's the one we're doing right now. The one we're going to continue with after doing a few quick dailies at the Gold Saucer. And there's all the weekly Gold Saucer challenges I was doing. I'm not doing them right now though. I haven't been logging in off the stream. No time for that. Maybe next week I might have time actually. I might have some extra time for some things like that. Tendrils of Intrigue, actually, is the next one, so I got it kind of wrong. The Instruments of Our Deliverance, The Road Less Traveled. I'm making a note of the list of them, so that I know where I am. And yeah, there's not really any spoilers to see in this. If there are, they're very minor, all things considered. Yosh. Yeah, I've been dueling Hulua. I think I did log in a little bit to duel Hulua. I know I did it with the collab with Allurin last Saturday, but yeah. But yeah, so the last FF14 stream was a collab with Allurin. However, now we are back to do the Dreams of Ice main story. But not before going to the Manderville Gold Saucer. So we gotta do the Manderville dance for that reason. Yay, 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 yay. Okay, let us teleport to the gold saucer. Forgot I got the emote right there. I need to find more space for like emotes that I want to have like that. It is easier to just click on them in a button there rather than type in the command, especially if I don't know what the command is. If I don't remember. But first we're going to do the daily mini cacpot. Always got to do this one. I should be at least diligent enough to log in just for this thing. But even that might be too much. I mean, there is a little bit of a wait time when you log in, so I'm also taking that into account. Nice reward on that one, 1080. Thank you very much. No matter what you do, it's always a gain when you play this. Is it me? Oh, nice, 3600. The best reward you can get. Let's see what the last one is like. Okay, let's try here. Nice rewards today. Nice rewards today on the mini cacpot. But yeah, the weekly cacpot I think already expired. I think I forgot to do last week's, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at that. Cacpot cashier. What do you have to tell me? Yeah, okay. I'm still on time. I'm still on time then. Yeah. Today would have been the last day for this one. The winning number is 7,000, or rather 7034. Nice, fourth prize. I have 1974, and this was 1974, which is the year Kamen Rider X aired, because that day was Kamen Rider X Day in the 39 Kamen Rider Challenge. Kamen Rider X with the good luck charm right there. Let's go. Today would be 1988, which is the year Black RX started. So yeah. Oh, view the payout. Right. Yeah. I would love to have this one day. Mad Bird Ring. A little bit hard to notice, but it is something that you can notice right away. If I ever see somebody like that, do point it out, because that means they won the first prize of the cacpot, which is a big deal. An amazing amount of luck. Okay, a random number, 9569. Then today's date. 0414, and then the year of Black RX in honor of day 12 of the hashtag 39 Kamen Rider Challenge. May 11 is the final day for that, so we have less than a month left on that bad boy. It's already been 12 out of 39 riders, counting Revise as one rider, right? Shall we get back to the main story now? Back to Kurthas, back to the frozen lands of Kurthas. Frozen Final Fantasy Friday 14. That's what we have today. See, I get to do another lovely alliteration. Isn't that great? I also used the word Frozen Illusions on the thumbnail because I think that's the Japanese name. I did take a look at the Japanese name last week, I think it was, yeah, while we were doing everything. And it translated to Frozen Illusions, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have used the kanji for that. Put it underneath that somewhere. It would have looked so nice, I think. It might have been nice. Let's do a Mount Roulette to get to where we need to get. We got Behemoth. Hey, this is fitting. Once again, today we play Castle Crashers, done by a developer called The Behemoth. So there we are. It really is the time for behemoths and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and the way I just sit in there while Behemoth carries me. Like a supreme star leader. Like the supreme star leader I am. You see? Well, how's your Friday going, Minna? Now we are more halfway through the day. Through this Friday. Somebody's flying over there. Is that a player? I don't think that's a player. I think that's just part of the environment. This was further away than I thought. No way! This is not the right thing! No. I was going the wrong way. Ah! Oh, yeah. Tendrils of Intrigue. In that settlement over there. I forget the name. No, it's the Maelstrom quest there that I was following from the minimap. My bad. But yeah, I want to keep having Fridays like this. It does get a little bit exhausting, not gonna lie, but it's worth it to have 2 streams in one day. It really is the streamer life, the life of a VTuber, at least in the type of VTuber I want to be, you know? Alphanaut, my boy, talk to me. Alphanaut is eager to hear Ilbert's report on the Ivy. What is this? Haddock dip. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me do some consumables before I forget to use them. Okay, no Gizal greens are necessary. Let's get a couple grape juices to boost vitality, piety, and spell speed. There's an XP bonus as well, but that doesn't matter to us right now because we are in the soup kitchen level cap. And we're gonna be there for a while. For a while still. Yes, there's Ilbert. That beautiful uniform from the Crystal Braves. Captain Ilbert, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us naught that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ? From him, we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Conspirators. Didn't actually mean to pronounce it like that. I like the sound of it. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy? I think it's privy, right? He was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Fulton. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved, at least. But what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to pricing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider then that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. Ooh. You mean to say that the agent is among Roban's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames establishment? I don't like where this is going. This is the most plausible explanation. It could be Ilbert himself, just kind of covering it, trying to put a scapegoat there in the Immortal Flames, but he is somebody who knows Roban personally. I still kind of suspect Ilbert. This is the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked and remain above suspicion all these years. I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Old Das was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania had long-standing armed forces that lend themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership. Only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Alda's military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Roban faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the present nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now. Easier then than now. Aye. A good deal easier then than now. Aye. There we go. The immortal flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the monetarists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity that they did so, but simple self-preservation. Had Neil Van Darno's ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Roban with an army. It is but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Returning to the present. Even as we speak, our Dolmen allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send one to Sir Emmerich, informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abettors. Hopefully, the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. Whew, the plot thickens. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Khaiden. As the realm's stoutest champion, 'tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. Interesting. Because it seems to be kind of unrelated to what's going on with this whole Shiva summoning thing. Upon the honor of the Crystal Braves, I swear that I shall not rest until the Ivy is unmasked and in chains. Onegaishimasu, Zilbert. I'll salute you for that. I don't have the Crystal Brave salute, but a Storm salute will do. Like me, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart, but until another path to her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Minfilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Until such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to greet Dania in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Nelfica's altar, and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand together. Yush. Nelfica's altar. What was this area again? In Old Gridania? Alright. Back to Old Gridania right here. From New Gridania to Old Gridania. I'll probably take a teleport crystal in the Ethernet network. The Ether network, we could say. In Gridania itself. Yush. Look at the way the plot is thickening though. What the heck is going on? For the Immortal Flames. Lots of dialogue in there. Usually not used to that much dialogue. Funny enough. The Lancers Guild teleport, I think, will take us there. Still want to experience the other classes. I think I'm gonna have so much fun. Oh, there they are! Second Unit Brave! Hello, Brave! Hello, Brave. We, Second Unit Braves, are in Gridania on special security detail, and suspicious activity will be swiftly nipped in the bud. Very well done, Unit Brave. I don't know what his rank is. Sergeant? Commander? Private? I don't know how to refer to him. Oh, wait, where do we go? Where is the... No. No, I came the wrong way. This isn't it. No. Conjurer's Guild. Got it wrong. Still got to meet this Crystal Brave right here. Great to see them. Such a beautiful uniform they have. Seriously. Though I would prefer it to be purple. Huh? If I can get a uniform cosmetic and dye it, I'm definitely gonna dye it purple. Hey, I'm a special rank in the Crystal Braves. I mean, I think I kind of am not in the Crystal Braves, but I'm like a special honorary member of that. As a champion of yours and as the warrior of light, you see? Unlike Roban, politics is not my cup of tea. While you and the commander attend the council, I will attend to some business of my own. Very well. You are sus, Hilbert. You are sus. My thanks for coming, Khaiden. When you are ready, speak with the conjurer yonder. She will show us to the Lotus Stand. The conjurer over here. Silent conjurer. Not so silent, it looks like. She's talking. The Alliance leaders await you at the Lotus stand. Will you be joining them now? Lead the way. This is probably gonna be voiced. Let's see though.
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
What is going on with them now?
The rumors are true then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Well, well, well. I get the feeling I may know who this is.
Who?
Don't tell me it's Nero. Don't tell me it's Nero. Don't tell me it's fucking Nero. Don't tell me it's Nero.
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis.
Who is that?
Yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
Jeez.
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
誰だこいつ Not a very classy individual. Already giving a bad impression to me.
'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Oh yeah, Gaius was not the emperor. Yeah. Still, it might be Nero for all I know, but this is not Nero. No, this is not Nero, I think. Darida.
Indeed. Yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
There's some very loud birds like right next to one of my windows. I think you maybe heard sometimes. Some of you hear that. It's getting quite loud. The armor looks amazing though.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
Oh my god, I think you were able to hear that. That is so loud.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartno dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
And we are in the middle of that Guardian stuff right now. Hey, I played Civilization, I know how it works. When people are allied, you declare war on one of them, it's all of them.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it. If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by.
At the end of all this, we might actually gain them as allies, but we'll see.
But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
Those birds outside are so loud. It's amazing how much is actually coming through the microphone. That's crazy. Even when I'm not saying anything, like, yeah, it just goes to no. Yeah, with that in mind, while they're trying to have a concert right outside my window, let's have a 90-second ad break very quickly, because it's time to have another one. It's annoying, I know, but it's gotta be done like this. Blasted Twitch. In the meantime, let me drink some water. But yeah, we're gonna try to go as long as possible to finish everything with Dreams of Ice. This is the second half of that content. What falls after Dreams of Ice is actually something that is split in two parts anyway. So I think we'll be doing it like that. Before the Fall Part 1, before the Fall Part 2. And don't think I forgot about Hildebrand. I think we will be doing the Hildebrand stuff before that. Honestly, we could have like 3 Final Fantasy XIV streams next week. Somehow. Can we have that? We might be able to have that. Yeah, we can just do all of them. I wonder if that would work. One on Thursday with Hildebrand, Final Fantasy Friday with Before the Fall Part 1. And then on Sunday, maybe, Before the Fall Part 2. You think that would work? I kinda like the sound of that. Though I have to see, though. There's some things that I may be doing instead. Nah, I'm getting overly ambitious here, I think. What I think would be a good idea, though, is to have Before the Fall be on the same week. Both parts on 2 streams. Like that. And we can just do the Hildebrand stuff next week. Make it be a light Final Fantasy Friday, so to speak. I'm still wondering what to do for that first half of the day on YouTube, because I still want to have a stream on YouTube, in some way or another. But we'll see. Let's talk to Alfinop. It will not have escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite the protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of a resurging Garlemald is not enough to stir them. And the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust amongst the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little and less to the common folk. Take the Luminescence, for instance. Though Admiral Merle outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swilling, wooden-leg cutthroats. And likewise, the Gridanians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Oldans scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take that pillar of Oldan society, Teleji Adeleji, for example, but that is beside the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Carteneau is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing, let us speak of a more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke at the Observatorium, Captain Ilbert has further shortened his list of suspects, and by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate is lately come to Gridania. The hunt nears its end, Khaiden. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Take out Ilbert near the Adder's Nest. He will give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Kurtas, You may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. Whew, okay, let's see how this is gonna go. Whew. I don't know what we're about to say here, but alright. Where is he again? Okay, back to New Britannia. We can go to the central Ethernet shard. Or, well, the central Ethernet crystal. In the Gridania Etherite Plaza. Very, very nice plot going on here. With the way the nations are not really unified. Really well written in that sense. Don't know how many other Final Fantasy games have done that. I mean, you do deal with like saving the world and all that, but you don't quite see that these kinds of politics. That's what they are, they're politics. My thanks for coming, Zion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. Oh, all the way. Okay. I thought it was like one potential suspect, but this is not a suspect, this is the culprit from the sound of it. Hilbert, okay. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Whoa, okay. What should I get here? Something that Astrologian is gonna get. Although I really love the look of this. Oh, yes, the colors, of course. The colors just called to me. Wow, I gotta get that. Yeah, there's nothing for Astrologian, really. Let me see the other things. Like, when I eventually become one of the classes that uses that, might be good to have it. Look at that thing, it's beautiful. I think it's Samurai, Ninja. What was MNK? Well, I forget what the other ones are, but yeah, we should get that. How's my armory? Yeah, I may need to remove some things from there sooner than later, but for now I'm just gonna let it fill up. But yeah, the chest, the body part of the armory is almost filled up. Head, main hand, legs, yeah, quite a little bit in there. Oh, triple cream coffee, eh? I see. Hilbert is convinced that he has discovered the IVC identity and is preparing to move against the Garlean spy. And this even star coat that would be for me as a black mage, that looks wonderful. If I could change the dye, can I change the dye? Oh, that doesn't look good, but I don't have that available. I only have grape purple and gloom purple. Doesn't really look that good in either one of those. And for that matter, let's see the others. Doesn't really work. I would rather change the red parts, change them to purple, but can't really do that from the looks of it. Pity, pity. Oh, but here we go. Listen well. The spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Eileen Roel, Roban's second in command. Oh, Roban is not gonna like that. He's not gonna be a happy camper. Prior to joining the Immortal Flames, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm had to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Roban chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. It's a good way to go about it. The monetarists saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for higher ranking positions. Of course, they're gonna do that, stupid monetarists. And 'twas no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the alliance. Can't blame them for that though. Yet the monetarists did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Roel was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the monetarists? That's the most likely scenario, honestly. Well, 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 you imposter. You super sauce imposter. I think we have found the imposter right here, among us. But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Roel's presence here now. Roel, am I saying that right? Anyway, as you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Roban attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being in Gridania. Yet here she is nonetheless, on some pretense. She is up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames records for evidence of Royal's guilt. But if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks. Every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? I'll try. Fighting is mostly my thing, trailing people like an assassin, not so much. You have my thanks. Let us go then, and take care not to alert our quarry. We'll see how that goes. Alright, let's give it a try then and see how this goes indeed. Chasing Ivy. Chasing Ivy doesn't sound like the name of a person, like we're chasing some moving ivy in the forest or something. Something like that. Royale. I'm gonna say Royale. I'm gonna say Royale. Royale is heading in the direction of the Blue Butcher Gate. With me, Scion. Yes. Lead the way. 行くぞ。行きましょう。Great amount of players there around that Ethernet shard. Still the one that gets the most is the one in Limsa Lominsa though, as far as I know. It's very lovely though, in the fresh air like that by the ocean. This is still my favorite place though. Gridania, I mean. So, Royale has entered the Carline canopy, meeting someone perchance. Or could it be she means to board an airship? Pray look for her within. If she is not in the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. FME is her name. I shall remain here in case Royale reappears. I'm still kinda sus of Ilbert. When he says like, when I don't have my eye on him and he remains behind somewhere, like he just did right there, that's where it gets a bit sus for me. To go to the upper floor... Or do I just go down there? Hold on. I think I have to go down there. There's no way to really go to the upper floor from here, right? I can go to an inn room, but that's not gonna do it. No. Let's take a look at the airship landing. See if FME has seen anything. Khaiden dodging in! Such an unexpected pleasure! What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant! No, she didn't come this way. I've noted every passenger, and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. Of course! Nice to see you, my friend! Let's see what else she has to say. Still no sign of your friend, I'm afraid. And I mean that. I do hope you find him. Good discretion on her part. I like it. Yes, it's always good to visit the fellow Crystal Braves. See how they're doing. My nakama. Taisetsu na nakama. Taisetsu na nakama tachi. Cutscene time? Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you are sure she did not board an airship? She did not come back out either. Where in the seven hells could she have gone? The roost! How could I forget? What is it? Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Moon Tui tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Perhaps another time, friend. Something is kind of weird about this. Wait, that necklace. You are a shinobi of Doma. Uh-oh. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. Nice. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Good man. Thank you. Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Royale would have disappeared without a trace. Oh, that blasted imposter woman. That friggin' imposter. And hey, being associated with those corrupt monetarists, she's not gonna get any sympathies from me. Gilbert is eager to resume the pursuit of Elaine Royale. Elaine, was it? No, wait. What was it? Well, anyway. Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud, Scion. I suggest we follow Royale's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall wait for you at Sweet Bloom Pier. Was it, was there a mender inside here? I think I'm fine with, I think I'm fine, all things considered. Oh, there we go. Let's check it out. Yeah, there we go. It's good to check just in case, you see? Thank you, mender. Gotta check out that blue quest sometime. What is this? A sight to behold. I'm curious, yo. I'm curious, though. Gotta pay more attention to blue quests, so... Let me see what this is about. A sight to behold. I literally just searched a sight to behold on Google without specifying it's FF14. And I got like a definition from Google. That's cool. What is this about? Sightseeing log. Oh, it unlocks the sightseeing log. That might be a really important thing. Oh, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. At least to just unlock it. Not to go out of my way to sightsee. Not for now, at least. Hey, I should consider this. I'll leave the tab open to remember that. Okay, let us go on then. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, this triple triad match is against Hulua. Yeah, super tough opponent for me with my current decks. Right, where is it that I'm going? Sweetbloom Pier. We can teleport to the Hawthorne Hut and from there make it. Yeah, it's probably gonna be easier that way. Faster, that is. Not necessarily easier, but faster. Faster and easier are not always the same thing. FYI, I mean. Oh yeah, let's mount up. What will it be this time? Yes, my beautiful Starlight Steed. Ho ho ho! Happy holidays! It's April 14. Happy holidays! Oh, where is the effect? Wait, what's going on? There is no effect. That's weird. There should be an effect. If I didn't know any better, I would say it's because it's not actually the holidays that is not doing the effect, but I don't know. That is kinda strange. But okay. Am I in the right place or... No. This is a different quest I'm following. In flagrante delicto. In flagrante delicto. Is this Latin or is this Italian maybe? Caught in the act. Delicto kinda sounds like felony. Kinda sounds like a crime you're committing, right? Like infraganti kinda sounds like, which is like being caught in the act, I think it means. Or something to that effect. Anyways, let's go on. In flagrante delicto. Thank you, Starlight Steed, my dear friend. This way, my friends. Yugiri, there you are again. Yes, the Doman Shinobi. There you are. Your query makes for the Hawthorne Hut. If Roel is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You are no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our ingenious friends at Garlon Ironworks have provided us... Hey, Sid! Have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications, and we have installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Roel would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet as a well-known face in the Immortal Flames, she cannot move about Thanalan without being recognized. It would only be a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. It is for this reason, I believe, that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. The LSN are a common sight here, and her comings and goings are not like to turn any heads. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. Much obliged, Yugiri. Tasukatta. Okage-sama de. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne's Hut and catch Roel in the act. I think it's gonna become more complicated than that, but let's see. In flagrante delicto. I just like saying the name. I just like saying it over and over. In flagrante delicto. This time it's good old Maggie. Let's go. Let's go. I can't wait to get more mounts. Or more of a mount roulette. Man, you know, there was a recent Elder Scrolls Online event that made me miss the game so much. I had so many mounts in there. I really want to get back to that one day. There's just no time for it. makes me so sad. I invested so much into that game. In terms of time, I did spend some money in it too. I mean, you have to buy the game in the first place too. But not just because of that. It's just oh, again, I'm going the wrong way. This quest that looks so similar on the map. Well, at least I get to fly with Maggie for a little bit longer. But when you have a lot of mounts like that, it's fun. I miss Lotro as well. I had so many mounts with Bolston, and yeah, with an extension you can have random mount happen. So even there, I have that. And I had so many mounts with my main Bolston. If Royal was here, she is no more. We have no choice but to continue the pursuit. My people report that our quarry has departed for the Bramble Patch. The Ivy returns to the Gnarls when she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. Can't wait until I become ninja. I'm guessing there's maybe more stuff with Yugiri? Maybe? Not sure though. Let's keep going. Who do we get this time? Hey, Markav. And I think that makes it so that I've gotten every single mount at least once. Those are all my mounts. Maggie, the Behemoth, the Starlight Steed. Oh no, and Cosmo, my Chocobo. Yeah, that's the only one left. My Chocobo. Oh, and I missed the area. Over here. Let's just ignore this fate. In flagrante delicto. Well, well, well. We're about to catch a scoundrel. Just beyond, Royale is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer. An Imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it! With me! Tread carefully, Ilbert. We don't just want to go in as if we're trying to attack them. Like we're going into combat or something. But oh boy, oh boy. I think they're coming in prepared. I think they know we're coming. Hello? Flame Marshal Eileen Royale, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. Isn't this a bit too sudden to be going to that conclusion? You were followed, you bloody fool! Oh yeah, that tells everything. That says everything. And you are not going anywhere. Damnation! What have you to say for yourself, imposter? Ah. Oh, those are the shinobi? How badass they look. Look at them. I love them. We are about to get into a fight here, though. He's not gonna be defenseless. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely guard for battle. But if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. This might not even be related to what we think it is, honestly. I'm like 80% sure they got it right. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the 12's Wood? When last I looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. There's no evidence, right? There's no real evidence, but you would feign ignorance then? Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now, calm quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. There's no way this is gonna be that simple. I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have naught to hide. Something else is potentially going on here. And I'm still kind of suspicious of Ilbert himself. She is hiding something, but it may not be what we think it is. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that she's the imposter. And yeah, I'm gonna keep using Among Us terms like that, just so you know. It's just right. It's just right. It's exactly that sort of situation. Somebody who is not who they thought, who they said they were, and had ill intent. Even a warrior of Royale's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. As by her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Well, here's the thing, we're also going to be questioning that other quote-unquote adventurer, so we'll see how that goes. Mayhap then the people of Ul'dah will have the grand company they deserve. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Khaiden? I must continue following this trail with everybody. So, the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Then I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen and I shall tend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talents, have you considered training in the art of the shinobi? Ah, you have the aptitude for it, I believe. So please give it some thought. Till next time, my friend. I'll be joining you sometime in the future, but I gotta become Astrologian before that. And probably a tanking class, most likely to be Dark Knight, so... Still a long way to go before the way of the shinobi. Well, let us teleport back. We're gonna talk to Minfilia again. Yes. Back to Revenantstall, the headquarters of the superstars of the 7th dimension, that is, the Science of the 7th Dawn, and the Crystal Braves. One of my favorite places in Eorzea, you see? For that reason. How have things developed here? We're making progress. Though I don't know. Things are not gonna be that simple over with Roel. They don't have enough evidence. And if she is the culprit, she knows it. That's why she kinda surrendered like that. It was the best course of action for her to do, I guess. Tataru, what are you doing? She's juggling. Hey, just like we did today in Castle Crashers. Juggling. Keep the things in the air. Let's go. Steady. Not bad, eh? With a little more practice, I could earn a fortune at the Ruby Road Exchange. Kawaii. Look at her. She's doing so well. I love her. She's the best. She cannot seriously be considering it. Life as a street performer should be one's last resort, not their first. Tataru has grown beyond childish fantasies of becoming a songstress. Now she aspires to be a legendary street performer. Songstress was better. I should aspire to do that as well. Well, even more than I do now, is what I mean to say. Let's talk to everybody because things seem to be different around here since the last time we came here. Yes, but Higiri, you're missing the point. The individual doesn't matter. It was a team effort, and I was the one who... what is he talking about? A rousing tale of a comrade's valor. Truly, we are fortunate to count Lady Yugiri a friend. What are they talking about? Thancred's tales of Lady Yugiri almost beggar belief. My heart is fair fit to burst from admiration. Is Higiri the one that Thancred was interested in? Keep it going, my friend, if that's the case. But yeah, Yugiri, who we just met. Aha! Ida and Hori Boulder competing for squats. Let's see. I could do this all day. ALLDAY. Aha. I cannot go on much longer. I think we know who won this contest now. Strength, Hori! On your honor as a Scion, I forbid you to surrender. You know, remember the time we faced Hori Boulder in battle? And we didn't hold back at all, right? Well, hold back enough not to kill him, I guess. And he just laid unconscious on the ground for a little bit. I think it's gonna be the same situation here. It's a battle of wills, a struggle for supremacy. Our fighting styles may differ, but this unyielding spirit is the same in warriors the world over. Very well analyzed, my friend. Very well said. I must admit, this exercise of yours never fails to amuse me. While its movements appear comical, it does seem to be having the desired effect. Yeah, squats may look like that, but it's quite the exercise. I have not done them in forever. I should be exercising more. You know, I almost exercised today in between the streams. Almost. But not so, sane minds prevailed. Well, I did kind of have some other things to do, but could have spared maybe 15 minutes or even 30 minutes or so. I want to exercise while listening to audiobooks, but depending on the intensity of the exercise, it may not work out. We'll see though. I'll figure something out. Another thing I've been thinking of doing with exercises, and I think I mentioned this in a previous stream, is to have an arcade run of a video game running. To have a monitor in front of me somewhere, a phone, something that's large enough, preferably. And I just have these arcade runs of a fighting game. And depending on their length, for example, if it's a classic fighting game, it's not that long. I do the exercise for the entirety of the fighting game run. And I watch it while I'm exercising. And it's something where I can, you know, not have to pay attention to it the entire time. Like, I don't know, Street Fighter 2 E Honda arcade run or something like that. I love watching those arcade runs sometimes, but I don't do it as much these days because, you know, I should be doing other things, right? But it's fun to watch them. I think I love about fighting games. I love arcade modes in fighting games. I hope they never stop. I think Street Fighter 5 at first didn't even have an arcade mode. Street Fighter 6 seems like it will have something like that. It even has like an exploratory story mode. So yeah. Let's continue here though. I could go on and on talking about that, but yeah. Those are the options I have. Right now I changed my setup. So actually, yeah. I still have my Wii and Wii Sports and actually Wii Fit Plus on that. As well as a dance pad that I used to use for Step Mania, and even Ring Fit Adventure, but I have not done them in forever, and by now I've actually changed my workstation in my room to the point that I don't actually have room to do them. Eventually I'll be able to do it later, but I gotta invest in some things for the room. Like, it's a bit difficult to explain, but long story short, I have to like move one of my monitors, replace it with another one, and then it's kind of a long story, kind of difficult to explain without going into too many details, but yeah. It's gonna take me a while to get there. That's the point. Let's continue here. Welcome back, Khaiden. I understand that Alphinaud had attacks for you. May I ask what it was? Charges of treason and espionage against Eileen Royale. I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? I get the feeling there may have been, but they're looking into it. No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust to the authorities to uncover it. Well, the authorities in this case being Ilbert and Yugiri. Again, I'm very suspicious of Ilbert right now. Until this whole questline is over, until we finally have the Ivy, everybody working with Shiba or whatever, only then will I be fully certain that it's not him. And you know, if we finish it and it's revealed that he wasn't an imposter of any sort, right? Let us speak of another matter. I am pleased to report that we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Very nice. And then this quest is called A Simple Plan, and I can't help but think of the band from the 2000s. Well, it's still around. I'm saying like as if it weren't around. I think it's still around. I may be wrong. I think, funny enough, the only thing I remember from them now is the What's New Scooby-Doo theme. What's new, Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. We gotta solve that mystery. Such a banger. Such a banger still to this day. How the hell is What's New, Scooby-Doo over 20 years old now? I think it is. It's impossible. Alright, before we get to A Simple Plan though, time for another ad break or so. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna take a quick bio break for this. And yeah, while the 90 seconds of ads or so are running, I will be back. So, this is good timing. Excellent timing right here. Stay connected to the multi-dimensional portal, everyone. I'll be back.
Vincent is filth. Bloodthirsty, ruthless filth. And he's a war criminal. His ships have been screwing up Republic supply routes for years. Countless people have died because of him. He took out my brother's battlecruiser. Killed thousands more. The Republic should be planting his head on a stake, not offering him protection.
Okay, that was actually kind of funny. Did you hear that notification sound? That's the... Oh, great. Well, we disconnected a bit, but... Did you hear that notification sound? It kind of sounded like a censor. Like he was saying a bad word there, and he got censored. That's so funny the way that works out. Did you see that? Oh, I have to clip that. Oh man, I can't clip that. I can't do that right now. Did you see how they died? All right, now we're at the end game. Oh my glory. Oh, that was so good. I can't clip that. I'm playing. I can't. Where are we? We are hold on, 43 minutes into the stream. I'm gonna try to remember that for the VOD, and I can maybe clip it there. What is that guy doing? Just walking there briskly. No, like they used the Ooh. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Nah, I'm good. Okay, so we're gonna go for a treasure hunt. Oh, nice, Barry. Nice, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Give me my shovel. Gotta run. Gotta run. I don't have time to talk to anyone. Is this it? Yes! Okay, treasure found! Oh, whoops. Hold on, let me pick this up. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You love to see it. This is the second time this has happened to me, in which the treasure is literally right there. Right there. Ah, that's so funny. That is so funny. But it happens. It can happen. Doo-doo. Hello, Raymond? A peach pie! He's like giving that to me as a birthday present. Are you kidding me? Oh, wow. Just when I thought it couldn't get better, eh? Wow. Dun 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 dun. We're gonna need to craft that recipe. Well, wow. Expectations exceeded today on the birthday. Fantastic. I gotta craft that. I gotta craft that now. No, I didn't have cake. I'm going to have pie. Thanks to you, you absolute maniac. I love you. Instead of buffing everyone up individually, everyone gets buffed immediately. And there you go, the killing blow. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. Hold on. I'm actually just going to wait for the cooldown so I can do that at once. Just killing all the scavengers like that. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Ah, you know I love my AoE skills like that. Your life's a joke, you're broke, your low life's DOA. I actually thought they were saying something way. Something way, so I got it wrong. Your life's a joke, you're broke, your love life's DOA. Okay. Funny, we're just chilling, singing friend songs while we're just slaying sickle flies with a... What do I have? A sword? With a blade and a lute. That's what being a minstrel is like, you see? We sing while we slay, baby. Oh yes, that's what the minstrel life is like.
Outstanding, sir.
Thank you very much. Of course it's outstanding. I am an outstanding individual. It reflects in everything I touch, in everything I do.
No Jedi will be able to stand against.
And we only aggroed one bear. That's funny. I thought both of them were going to come after me. All right. Let's go for this next one. Bear versus bear. You're just gonna have to bear with me for a moment as I load my attack. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. Oh, man. Ah, the crown of the multiverse. Oh, yes, this is better for me. Oh, yes. Yes, now we can play Civilization 5. Now we can lead the Spanish Empire to victory. Yes. All right, let's do this. Okay, we can do that. And you take that grenade. Did you see that? Omatase shimashita. Thank you for waiting. Shall we continue with a simple plan? Bacon broth. Oh yeah, there's some consumables in here that I probably should just use. I'm gonna use this triple cream coffee one. It's gonna override what I have right now, but there's only 5 minutes left on that grape juice anyway, so let's just tape that coffee now. Woohoo! I'm usually a tea person, but that doesn't mean I don't drink coffee here and there, you see? Triple cream coffee sounds quite delicious too. Let's go for that. Let's go. Let's continue then. As you may recall, Iceheart used the Aetheryte in the depths of Snow Cloak to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there that we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystals she stole from the House for Tom caravan. The heretics believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint, but if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the Beast Tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say, they must be stopped, and stop them we shall. But first, we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Ethernet and thereby follow our query. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the Aetheryte to which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Aetheryte upon arrival, a reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with Orion J, we have concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution. Which is why we have called upon the aid of one who does possess such expertise, a colleague of ours who is currently en route to Revenant's stall from Charlayan. She should be arriving within the hour, in fact. Since you are here, mayhap we could welcome her together. I am certain she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Do I know this person? Or is it a new character entirely? Let's find out. The way they phrase things sometimes, you kind of feel like it's a character you've seen before. Like, hey! Oh, missed! Oh my god! We've been live for over a freaking hour and here we are. Why have I been forgetting to change the game category? Thank you so much. Let me make a note now. No, I mean 1 hour is better than 5 hours anyway. For heaven's sake. At least I got the title, but... Why have I been forgetting to change the game category? I'm getting too used to streaming on YouTube or something. What the heck? Why did I forget? Why did I forget? I'm so forgetful. These things happen. Still sucks though. So the Lord said he was going to be here? I don't know. Might have affected the stream in some way, but yeah. Well, streaming Master Duel Final Fantasy stuff. The crossover we didn't know we wanted. Actually, I did know I want that crossover. Can you imagine? Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't do those sorts of things, so... If they do a collab of some sort, they're gonna just do monster art. Alternate monster art like they did with the Harpy Sisters or Reinforcement of the Army. That second one is not in Master Duel, but I have seen it. Like a baseball version of Reinforcement of the Army, but yeah. Anyway. 1 hour and 15 minutes and we finally changed the category, that's okay. There's still plenty of the stream left. We are quite into the quests. After this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quests, but again, we can't measure them just by that amount. Major things are gonna happen in them, cutscenes, probably a dungeon, or actually I think there's no dungeon, but there's a duty, which is probably the Shiva duty, if things go a certain way, and I think they will go the way I'm thinking they're going to go. Let's talk to Minfilia. What manner of woman is she, I wonder? We have spoken before via Link Pearl, of course, but it is not the same. You don't even know, huh? Interesting. Let us wait for a moment. Could it be somebody we already know? Don't tell me this is gonna be Iceheart. That would be a shock for sure. I'm just expecting plot twists at every corner. Because of the kind of game this is. It's not like they just do plot twists all the time. But, it's, you know, they tell great stories. Funny, when they tell me there's a great story, I expect a lot of plot twists. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a good story. If there's a lot of plot twists or something like that. It is her! Wait a minute, it is Iceheart! You're kidding me! Oh wait, no. Okay. For a moment it looked like it was the same Iceheart. From what I remember of her. You're kidding me, I was like, no way.
Yeah, am I right?
Ah!
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urian J.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Charlian scholar and an authority on Aetheryte technologies.
Moonbreeder. New character.
She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Same. Right back at you. Yes, we are charmed. We are charmed. For an outpost in either rich wasteland, this place is a good deal livelier than I expected. Just goes to show that you never know until you know. Let us return to the Rising Stones at once then. We have much to discuss. Really wish I could match Minfilia's accent, but I can't quite get that right. Great music. Great music as I start sprinting. There was some great timing to that. At least to me. I'm reminded of the atmosphere of earlier Final Fantasy games. You can really feel that Final Fantasy feel at times here in 14. Is that Tupsi Matti on the wall back there? I'm amazed you managed to find all the pieces after, well, you know. I know, when Louisoix one-punched Dalamud, Bahamut all by himself. Behemoth, I was gonna say. No. I keep mistaking them. Just because of the similarity in their names. Literally only because of that. But yeah. Everyone is gathering.
Gods, it's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
Sister!
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
What is that tattoo that they all have on their necks? I'm just now noticing that every single one of them has it. It's not because they're scions, is it? Because I don't have it. No, I mean, Phyllis doesn't have it
Save in
either.
appearance and aptitude.
The Archon tattoo? Okay.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Sharlayan to assist us.
Is that a tattoo that every Sharlayan Archon have? Well, Tancred has it too. I didn't know he was a Sharlayan Archon. What the heck? Or at least he has something that looks similar. Might not be
I
the
bid
same.
Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherite.
He is. Yeah, everybody in this room except Minfilia and I are Sharlayan Archons. Yeah, I think you're right though. I think it was mentioned before in the story.
Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits.
Boy.
And nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Oriange.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
He's been busy.
Unhand me.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Go on.
Tancred.
Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
You still haven't found it, then? Your missing aetherite?
Mm-hmm.
We have not. No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate a second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the aetherite.
That was me who saw that, and she used an aetherite? I don't remember, honestly.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination.
Some of that sounds so dangerous, though. You lose your way and boom, that's it.
Now, these currents
Something
will
like that.
gradually dwindle away to nothing if an aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern.
I gotta do the Papalimo voice I've been doing differently. Hopefully I remember, though.
To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have white aura sight at their disposal. I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the aetherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Oh. How very comforting.
Though it risked the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
That doesn't sound very reassuring, saying it that way, but alright, we're all nodding along, literally. And so move the superstars of the 7th dimension, as we do. Well, risk is our business, isn't it? So we shall do this. Great dialogue, I like Moonbreeder. Moonbreeder, is that how you say that? Anyway, a plan has been devised, and Minfilia would have it carried out without further delay. Playing Russian roulette with Aetherites now, are we? Seems like it, Mist. Seems like it. I've already informed Alphanaut of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner Moonbreeder described. He agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said that he wished to meet with you at Snowcloak before proceeding. I expect you will find him waiting for you there when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done on our behalf, Khaiden, and that I have faith you will return to us, as you always have. Indeed, Minfilia! See you soon. Let's go back to the snowy region. Frozen Final Fantasy Friday 14. But all the way here though. I do want to know what is going on with the Immortal Flames imposter situation. That might figure into a later quest though. Not necessarily in the Streams of Ice quest line. Let's mount up. The only one that's missing is Cosmo, my Chocobo. And there we go. We have used every single mount on the stream today. I wonder if the Mount Roulette actually goes out of its way to go for one that wasn't selected before. If that is the case, that's perfect. That's perfect. Let it stay that way. Does anybody know in the chat? Because I have seen it repeat mounts here and there. All things considered. But yeah. My Chocobo, Maggie, Markab, you know, what's the name of Ramu's mount, you might say? The Starlight Steed and Behemoth. The Behemoth. It's the Behemoth. It's the one and only. I'm going the right way, right? Okay. No clue? Yeah, kind of looked like he was doing it like that. That's why it chose my Chocobo for this. Can't wait to have more mounts, can't wait to have more. Again, I'm finding myself missing ESO, Lotro, even Sutor. Didn't have that many mounts in that one, in every character, but I think I was still using random mounts in some of them. I can't remember exactly, actually. There she is. Trust in the power of White Auracite, Khaiden, and in me, of course. Good to see you, Khaiden. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. Captain Ilbert sends his regards, by the way. He attends to the interrogation of Eileen Roale and all that, even as we speak. But I shall not distract... let's see how that goes. But I shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the Ivy upon your return. I trust that, by which I mean to say, the others are waiting for us at the Aetheryte. After you, Scion. Risk is our business, Mr. Wayne. Like Batman said to Bruce Wayne. Totally not the same person. This is such great scenery though. What a beautiful place. Ice looks a lot like crystal, so it goes well in Final Fantasy. Speaking of crystals. These are the kinds of areas that I picture whenever I picture Final Fantasy. Look at them. Should have taken a screenshot. There! It's ready! Whoa. It worked, I think. Try tuning to the Aetheryte now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. Let's give it a try and see how that goes. Using my superstar power. We have done all we can, Khaiden. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we have created. If, by the grace of the 12, you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. Magazero. It was a nice screenshot when, like, the Archons were drawing their power into the white, whatever it was, I forgot the name already. The white, what's it called? The white, let me see. White, Aethersite, whatever the hell it was called. White Auracite, there we go. White Auracite. I have a mind to join you, but Orion J made me promise I wouldn't. Apparently the thought of me becoming Shiva's thrall was too much to bear. As if I'd give her the chance. Right, yeah, if it's anything like the Primals, she may have that power. It's dangerous. I'm immune to it because of High Delane and all that business, but yeah. We cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Should that be the case, she may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual, and if she succeeds, you will have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, and so I would encourage you to call upon your allies. Here we go. Some may have reservations about wagering their lives on the success of Mombrida's experiment, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. Ah, before you assemble your party, pray speak with that knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Emmerich. Aha. We're about to get into a duty though. So here we go. The Shiva duty, I assume. Sir Emmerich regrets that he could not be here in person and asks that I read to you this letter. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat, yet in our hour of need, it is not her knights who stand poised to defend her. Khaiden Tajigen, the warrior of light, savior of Eorzea, your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in service to a greater cause. May Halone bless you... Halone. Did I say that right? May Halone bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. Thank you, Knight. The Ak-Afa Amphitheater is now accessible. Thank you, Knight. You deserve a salute for that. Well, the Ak-Afa Amphitheater is open. This entrance, I think, is to Snow Cloak, not the amphitheater. If anybody wants to join me, let me know. I'm about to queue up for it. Let me know. Yeah, let me know if you're gonna join me, as we're about to do another ad break. Yeah, it should be time for another one now. So I'll just do that. Wish I could, no worries, missed. No problem at all. So let's run 90 seconds or so. And after that, we'll queue up. I say 90 seconds or so, but it is 90 seconds exactly. What am I saying? Yeah, I'm gonna drink some water in the meantime. In case you didn't know, by the way, I did drink my tea for today already, before the stream. Between the two streams. I literally finished the rest of it, the remainder of it, as I was starting it up. I sometimes do it like that. That will do, I think. I've been hydrating well enough today, but I still should be doing a little bit better than today. I haven't taken as much water as I should have by this point. But I am reaching like about 2 liters or so. So hopefully that should do it. And hopefully you're not hearing those birds outside the window again. It's getting a bit loud again. But yeah, the one we want to register for, which one was it? Duties. Trials. Right. Trials. Wait, which one was it that we have to use? Hard? There's only a hard version, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's telling me it has to be the hard version. Right here. And it is going to be Shiva. For as long as their nation has warred with Ravania, there have been Ishgardians who instead chose to ally themselves with the dragons. Shiva is said to have been among the first, hence why the heretics revere her as a saint. That Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva with the crystals they have stolen is plain. But is this unprecedented act even possible? If so, then Ishgard, if not the entire realm, is in grave danger. Shall we join it then? Let's see who we get. This is a primal, so it's probably going to be 8 people. Yeah, it's 8 people. We might wait for a little bit. Let's go to the gold saucer and do something, I guess. We can, good old gold saucer. Might take a while to queue up. It's telling me average wait time is... Oh! Never mind! Never mind! That was faster than I expected. Let's do this. Let's do this. And I am going to watch the cutscenes as we continue experiencing the story like this, alright? Full party, let's go. Iceheart. We cannot allow this to continue.
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace. A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith.
That sounds like you too, though.
No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down.
You say blind faith, the teapot speaking to the kettle.
We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance.
I kind of like her, though.
Of my flesh, fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
She will be the vessel herself. As soon as I saw her like in the middle of that circle, I was suspecting she herself was going to become Shiva. Well, be the vessel for Shiva, more like, but there she is. Shiva descends. Shiva, Khaiden, Mao Jikshite. Kuruzo. Here she comes. Great music, though. This is a more corrupt version of Shiva, maybe, because of the summoning nature. Yes, those who have taken up the sword shall perish by the sword. Indeed, indeed. It's a good way to perish. Unless you didn't want to take up the sword. Live by the sword, die by the sword, and all that. Gotta pay attention to the mechanics here, though. Let's pay attention here. This might not be an easy one. A shower of ice to rend flesh and bone. Hopefully the others receive a bonus because I'm doing this for the first time. Does it work also in these duties? These trials? Rise to join the chorus, my brothers. Sounds like we're gonna get some ads. Oh yes, here come the ads. Let me take care of them. Probably should do AoE though. I'm gonna have to go for a blizzard. Ice versus ice, eh? Here comes the fire though. Be melted by the flames. Yes, in a way I do call upon the power of Ifrit. But then I guess Shiva would be considered the primal of ice, right? We've had a primal of fire in Ifrit, primal of earth in Titan, primal of wind in Garuda, primal of water in Leviathan, primal of thunder with Ramu, and now the primal of ice, Shiva. Embrace the serenity. Renounce the hatreds that consume you. Oh, that sounds delightful. Let's go. Sure, let's do that. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yes, maybe she has good intentions after all. Thank you for the lurk from the shadows, Mist. Whoa. Oh, look at this music, though. I mean, listen to this music. One limit break is ready. I'm not gonna do it. I don't think it's my place. This music! This music! What the hell? That's amazing! That's so cool, no pun intended. Somebody should do a limit break. Or we don't, I guess. Oh, kono ongaku, sugoi! But that is it, I think. Ice Heart, are you alright, girl? I think that she did have noble intentions. Everybody already left. Just a couple of like GGs in there. Good stuff, good stuff. Yosh, wareware no shōri da! Let's do some screenshots here. This is a beautiful place to have some screenshots. Can I also do this with a dungeon like the exploration mode? Can I also do exploration mode in here? Nice, I think that will do for the screenshots. Let's get out of here and resume what we were doing here. Good to unlock another duty here. Another trial. But yeah, that's another elemental primal done, in a way. Lady Iceheart, speak to me. We did what had to be done. Summoning somebody like this, only bad things come from it. I have experience in it.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool. You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence.
What, by ending the world altogether? No. No. That doesn't work. And you haven't seen the things I've seen with the other Titan summons, even the most benign of entities. Get not to be that benign when they get summoned in this manner. I've seen it with Ramuh, I've seen it with His Majesty Good King Mogulmog the 12th. And then the other ones were already hostile before that. But yeah, summoning like this ain't gonna work, Iceheart.
Mine is the righteous cause. You fight in a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers.
Yes, it is true though, I don't quite understand everything about the war. But a pawn, I don't think so.
And they are no less ignorant than you. Following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why.
You haven't seen the things we've seen, Iceheart. Alphenor and Alice interacting with Louis Soin? You don't know what you're saying.
Trapped in a delusion of their own creation, and blind to the truth.
What is that truth? She does see something else though, that we don't, I get the feeling.
Warrior of light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after. Seek the Keeper of the Lake. See with eyes unclouded.
Keeper of the Lake? What?
Do not squander Mother's gift.
Wait! She follows Khaiden as well? What? Iceheart. Iceheart.
Hear. Feel. Think.
She does know more than she lets on. Maybe she does. She might know something of Khaiden. Mother? Who was she referring to? Or maybe she was just referring to Shiva. What? Ah, no. Not another bloody Asian. There they are again.
And so the vessel withdraws. A predictable outcome.
Who the hell are you?
Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased.
La Habrea, that son of a gun.
How unfortunate.
We'll be seeing more of them. Probably in Endwalker, right? It was all leading to that, I think. But I'm not sure. Not sure. And then there's more going on with the Empire as well. No. There's moving pieces everywhere. Talk to me, Mombrida. By the 12, you're alive! I mean, of course you're alive. Why wouldn't you be? I have a lot to tell you here. Iceheart did what? And you're certain about that, aren't you? Ravanians are skilled with glamours, after all. Look, if you say that's what you saw, I believe you. It's just, I like that they've actually acknowledged glamours, like, in dialogue here. So could it be that glamours are actually a thing in universe that's acknowledged? Usually cosmetics are not acknowledged in that way. In universe in an MMO, you know? It is possible that the way we see Minfilia dressed is not the way she's actually dressed. She's more armored. Well, the glamours do their thing. Right? Look, if you say that's what you saw, I believe you. It's just that I've never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. Indeed, this is a different primal summon than before. Are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause hallucinations, you see. No? Fair enough, I was only asking. I'm sure of what I saw. Shut up. Mombrida remains unconvinced that you did not sustain a head injury. If you ask me, there's not to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the Rising Stones, eh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. Ah, but before that, you had best pay a visit to White Brim Front and speak with Alphinaud. He's probably worried sick about you. That or he's busy playing at politics with the Ishgardians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? Oh, no reason. See you again soon. Oh, Mombrida. She's so naive. She's so naive if she thinks that's not possible. Come on. But yeah, I like to see Alphinaud's reaction to this news, actually. Iceheart knows more. She does know some things. Perhaps really wasn't blind faith with her either. That stuff about Mother, who was she referring to? Was it Shiva? It kind of looked like she was talking about Hydaelyn to me. And I'm like, you know about Crystal Mother? What? Talk to me. What do you know? Are we on the same side after all? But we had to take down Shiva. Is Alphinaud here? I think I am in the right place, right? Because I'm not entirely sure this is the right way. I might be going for another quest. But no, there he is. I want to see what Drillmon has to say. Sir Emmerich. I still remember the first time you entered these chambers. Suffice it to say, I never imagined that I would one day be so glad of your return. Welcome, my friend, welcome. Sir Emmerich. That you stand here now is proof of your mission success. Praise be to Halone. 'Tis customary to report to one's commanding officer after completing a mission. Well, yes, I know that. Thank you for stating the obvious. Yes, it is. There he is, and none the worse for wear. Was there ever any doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think I speak for us all when I say that I should like nothing more than to hear the steering tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. Hey, who knows, I may not have won, but still managed to get away. But yeah. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But not too late to prevent further loss of life. An outcome worthy of celebration. And one for which we have Khaiden to thank. Wow. Every once in a while I actually mispronounce my own name, would you look at that? But no, yeah, let me reread that. And one for which we have Khaiden to thank. Usually it's the other way around, it's other people that mispronounce it, but yeah. Yeah, remember, it's meant to be Khaiden. If you do know Japanese and you can tell the lower left part of the screen, it says it right there. Khaiden. Yeah, because K would be, like as in Khaiden, it would be K. It would be a different character entirely in katakana, right? But yeah. Yes, you are right, of course, Sir Emmerich. We should be content with what we have accomplished. We gotta talk about the way that summon happened, though. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. There is the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Drillmont, is the caravan ready? The supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport, in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that, I have no doubt. I take it these are the self-same supplies the heretics stole from the House Forton caravan? Less the crystals which comprise the bulk of the shipment, yes. Scarcely a fraction of that which was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. On an unrelated note, Khaiden, might it trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? Sure thing. 'Tis not for my benefit. Certain Lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. It took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I am told. I know who he is. Men give vent to their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray do not think less of him. No, I really appreciate his concern. How could I think less of him from that? What's his name? Hoshfont? I keep saying it wrong sometimes, but yeah. I think it's Hoshfont. Gotta talk to the man. He's a good friend now. It's safe to say he's a good ally. A good friend. More than a friend! He's an ally. See, what comes after friendship? Alliance. That's what comes after that. You ever tell me you want to be more than friends with me? The first thing I'm gonna think is, ah, you want to be allies. Yes, maybe an alliance will do the trick. And still the marriage effect doesn't work. What's up with that? Why doesn't it work? I don't get it. But anyway, let's keep going here. Didn't know you could fly through this area. Oh, we gotta keep going up here, I think. Aha. Those birds outside are still loud. You're very close to the window, I think. Hopefully you haven't been hearing them too much on the stream. Or if you have, it hasn't like disrupted the experience at all. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Horsefont. Ah, my friend, my ally at this point. If our business here is concluded, we should attend to Sir Emmerich in the Intercessory. Hold on, I just arrived, Alphinaud. What were you thinking, Khaiden? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway? And then engaging the abomination in mortal combat! By the fury, Khaiden, this is stuff of ballads, a battle for the ages. Would that I had been there to fight by your side. It was a great battle, yes. Yet here I was forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. I'm glad you consider me a dear friend as well. I wouldn't wish such torture on my most hated enemy. Ah, but you are here now, and that is what truly matters. Let us move on. Sir Emmerich wished to have words with you and Master Alphinaud in private. He awaits us in the Intercessory. Is Ishgard finally gonna join the Alliance of Eorzea? Is that finally gonna happen? Please tell me that's what's gonna happen. The Intercessory. From the outside we access that, right? Yeah. I remember the area now. Right over here. With the house for Tom Guard. Greetings, sir. I shall show you in at once. Proceed, soldier. I think this will be voiced.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Natalan.
What was Natalan again? Who is that? What's that?
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense.
Honestly, not a bad decision, all things considered. From what they knew back then, I can't blame them for that decision.
All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision.
See?
Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now.
See, where there's danger, there's opportunity. And with that danger that happened there, something good came out of this. A silver lining into this cloud. Which is potentially Ishgard joining the Alliance of Eorzea. Which is great because the Empire is gonna make a big move against us. From the looks of it. Let's keep watching though.
And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We too have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
Dravania, not Dravania, Dravania. I'm thinking like Castlevania, like Transylvania. And even Transylvania may actually be pronounced Transylvania. Not sure though. But yeah.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard-Zoma could return?
Mm-hmm.
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible.
Yes, theologians.
I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Mm-hmm.
Choose your next words carefully.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's Toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders.
I mean, they're like, Revenant's Toll, yeah, let's make it thrive so the enemies are not there, but that means they also don't consider us to be enemies. I don't think it's necessarily looking down on Revenant's Toll, just there's some good faith in there. It's mostly in a practical sort of way, but not necessarily disdainful. If they didn't care, they wouldn't care to send supplies. They wouldn't, no, they care. They gotta make it thrive, but I don't know. It's hard for me to describe it.
But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies.
There are no enemies in this room, Lucia, I can tell you that much.
Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences. Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Indeed.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orchefort, if you would be so kind.
Orchefort. Okay.
Certainly.
My friend, my ally.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
Haha. Love this guy. And love all of them. Sir Emmerich, Orchefort. Great people. I trust the Sir Emmerich though. He's still fine to me. Still, this is far from over. There's more plot to thicken. Haha. For one with reason to celebrate, Alphinaud looks rather grim. Could it be that Ilbert was the culprit all along, as I still kind of suspect? Let's see. It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends at the Rising Stones. If what you say is true, Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitates a complete reappraisal of the primal threat and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes that primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. I like that he refers to Eorzea, to this place, to the whole planet as a star. Good stuff, good stuff. It's accurate. Imagine then, if it became known that it was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that could summon primals, but her civilized peoples as well. Any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could well find ourselves facing the combined might of all Garlemald. But I speak unadvisedly. Come, Khaiden. It is better that we continue this conversation in Mordona. Yeah, the walls have ears, don't say too much. Some Imperial is gonna hear that and they're like, aha! Time to rally the forces and destroy them all! We have everything we need to unify the Empire. Because even the Empire needed unification from the sound of it. Different Imperial legions and divisions all kind of doing their own thing, right? Yes, let us teleport back. And go to the headquarters of the Crystal Braves and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Also known as the Superstars of the Seventh Dimension. Haha. Hey, welcome to the multi-dimensional monastery. I am the multi-dimensional Tajigen Khaiden, a sentient star cluster in VTuber form. That's what the channel is all about, you see? Now seriously, if you are just coming into the stream, welcome. Do hit the follow, sorry, trying to get the right item here. Yeah, do hit the follow button and all that. If you wanna get more support. Much obliged. If you wanna give more support, not get more support. Blech. Words are difficult, okay? Also, just keep continuing to keep thinking of the implications. And just keep thinking of them. Oh yeah, let's talk to people. Things are different here. Tatadu, not juggling anymore. There's little fortune and far less fame in being a receptionist, but one must be realistic. Also, it would seem that I was grossly misinformed regarding the average earnings of a street performer. Yishtala. True, young leaders can be more amenable to new ideas. Then again, their lack of experience and influence can hinder their ability to enact reforms. I do not fault Sir Emmerich for being less than forthcoming with his beliefs. Not even the Highborn are beyond the reach of the Inquisition. Yeah, the blasted Holy See, right? Nobody expects the Ishgardian Inquisition. Oh, and that works even better because it's an alliteration. Ishgardian Inquisition, double I. Ah, forgive me, Khaiden. I thought I had prepared enough meals for everyone, but the others were most hungry. It's alright, it's alright. I have some grape juice with me, that will do. Our stocks of wine have nearly run dry. That Charlene Skull is drinking us out of house and home. Yeah, she seems like the drinking sort. There she is. Oh, Thancred! What happened here, my boy? Trying to tumble the table now, are we? Don't give a yet, boy! Ida, line him up! Oh, Hey, just gotta say, you're a pretty... you're alright. Ah. What you two do is your own business. Don't say I didn't warn you. Oh, thank it. Hori Boulder also having a good time here, it seems. Calm yourself, Goldenet. Just a little sip after practice. Crush out the cobwebs to no end. A sip before practice, a sip after practice, and all too often a sip during practice. I do believe Mombrita is having quite the bad influence on you. See, this is why I like seeing the dialogue in between cutscenes, like with the NPCs and all that. We gotta keep doing it. Because I feel like I have forgotten a few times here and there. Let's go to the solar. We are in the middle of an ad break right now. Don't think I'm not aware of that. So let's wait a minute. And we'll continue. We'll interact with Mimphilia. Yeah, speaking of a drink, let me get some water. A drink after practice, they say. Yeah, I'm looking at the name of one of the next quests, and we are going to look into the situation with Roel. They're making a nice pun with one of the quest names, but I'll tell you when we get to it. Is the one right after this? This one is called Eyes Unclouded, and the next one, yeah. Goes to show me that maybe I have been pronouncing it right. The name of Roel, at least. They might say it in a voice cutscene right now anyway, and we'll see. This is taking less time than I thought, though. This is nice. How long was the last stream for Dreams of Ice? I'm gonna have to take a look at that. It gives me a sort of idea of how long the whole DLC... well, the whole content took me. Not real DLC, but yeah. Going to head to bed. Have a good night, Khaiden. And you too, Mist. Thank you for helping me earlier with the category. Ugh, what would I've done without you? I wouldn't have noticed. Yeah, have a good night. I'll see you around. Oh yeah, Suminakai. And let's continue here.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole. Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Kurthas, assuming you're ready to speak of it.
Kurthas, I say, Kurthas, Coerthas, I even say sometimes. Yeah, I think those pronunciations are all fine. Every single one of them. Why not? I have an epic tale for you.
I shall summon the others at once.
An epic tale, but also some troubling news about this. Listen up, my friends and allies. A new kind of summoning is here. Which could be a problem.
Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Master Louisoir's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
Indeed, summoned in the same way as a primal doesn't mean it was a primal, but I think it was. Again, all the elements, right? Ifrit fire, Garuda wind, Titan earth, Ramu thunder, lightning, whatever you want to call it. Leviathan water, and now ice with Shiva. I guess light and darkness would be some other two to do. That will make it be 8 elements. Could work out. We'll see though. We'll see.
As certain as we can be that good King Mogulmog the 12th was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Indeed. And then good King Mogulmog the 12th, that would be the one of light maybe. Yeah, that would be the primal of light. What would be the primal of darkness? We have faced Cloud of Darkness and World of Darkness, not quite the same though. It's gonna be an unpleasant experience, I think, to face whatever the primal of darkness is, if indeed there is such a thing.
Let's not quibble over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will, even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal, wielding the power of a primal.
There's more to Iceheart than meets the eye, for sure. Her words...
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
I think she is, much in the same way I am. Something special about her.
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not. but full sure am I that she was groomed for this role. Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it.
That makes sense.
Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Pack your things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
About Iceheart's final words to you.
Yeah. Mother.
Hear, feel, think.
Well, she said that before, but isn't that also what Khaiden said, maybe? Or
Hydaelyn speaks to her as well.
I knew it! What is it with Iceheart? She did have some good intentions of some sort after all. It didn't seem like Shiva was up to any good though. Again, good King Mogul Mog the 12th. That good king part is not just sarcasm. It's not sarcasm. He really is a good king, but when he gets summoned like this and descends on this realm like that, it all gets twisted and messed up. Doesn't really work well. So, yeah.
If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals.
But if Khaiden speaks to her, she can't possibly be doing something wrong. Yeah, it is possible to have a good gift and use it for something bad, but not if Khaiden is in direct communication with her, surely. Surely not. Or maybe I misunderstand how this works.
Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which first set her on this path? She did say that the Ishgardians were blind to the truth.
Might be the case. I'm kind of rooting for her, honestly. Kind of rooting for her not to be captured by the Ishgardians or something. And if she is, well, I might be just ready to defend her, which will be an international incident, I think. The Ishgardians won't be too happy about that. And they'll definitely not join the Eorzean alliance. I feel like that may come into the plot later, something like that.
Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake?
Yes.
And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Midgard-Zoma was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless the Ishgardians' fears are well-founded. It would seem we have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgard-Zoma. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
Don't forget the Empire, Minfilia. The Garlean Empire as well. Something is being cooked right here for sure. But yeah. So Midgard-Zormr, that's the one that's referred to as the Keeper of the Lake. Indeed. But yeah, take a look at the name of this quest. The Reason Royale. Minfilia would discuss how best to proceed in light of recent developments. See the pun they're doing right there? I love it. I love it so much. I mean to scour the annals for knowledge of Midgard-Zormr. Given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few... Do you hear that? The commotion outside. Would you see if aught is amiss? Uh-oh. Something to do with that situation with Roael from the Immortal Flames. Yeah, I got the feeling something very bad was gonna come from that. What's happening here? Alphinaud? Maybe I should talk to the others as well. Oh, Tataru said hi to me! Does she always wave at me? I'm gonna pay more attention to her, yeah. Khaiden, 'tis well that you're on hand. We have a problem. Roael has escaped. Maybe she was a culprit all along. It happened shortly after the Immortal Flames took her into custody. She had been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. If she escaped, that makes her look even more guilty though, so surely it plays in our favor because we weren't completely sure we had enough evidence right there, so I don't know. The turnkey was found slain along with 2 guards, displaying she received inside help. Even more guilt for her! We have all the evidence we need, perhaps. Citizens report seeing Royale quitting the city via the Gate of Nald, with a bloody spear in her hand. She makes for Castrum Meridianum, I am certain of it. With her fate in Eorzea as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee to her imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ilbert and the First are hot upon Royale's heels. Pray, make haste to Camp Blue Fog and join the hunt. Ho ho, this is not what I expected. Not quite. Do they all have something different to say now, maybe? Not quite, not quite. Alright. Just wanted to make sure. Thancred is still not having a good time over there. Yeah, okay, let's teleport there immediately. What is going on here? That woman. She was the blasted imposter all along. Then she must be stopped. At all costs. Ilbert, talk to me, my friend. I'm so sorry I doubted you. Actually, I still kinda doubt him. It's not over yet. My thanks for coming, Scion. I have spoken with the soldiers here. They say that Royale walked through the camp not a bell ago. Aye, she walked right through, you did not mishear. We have Roban's decisions to keep the matter secret to thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. As a result, not a single plane in the garrison made any attempt to detain her, and so here we are. Yeah, makes sense, honestly. Royale must not be allowed to reach Castrum Meridianum. She's gotta be able to fight, like she's gotta be a good fighter too in her own regard. They say she got help, but all things considered, I mean, I could see her being capable of doing it. Being second in command to all the Immortal Flames, she's gotta have some skills. And I think we're gonna put them to the test because we are about to get into a fight, I think. Let's see. Oh, we're going to... Have I seen this area before? This looks like a sort of bridge, at least internally. This area is kind of new to me. I see a dungeon entrance around here somewhere. What is this dungeon? It's called... No, it doesn't say the name of the dungeon. Oh yeah, this area, you don't actually have ground on this area. I'm still flying, from the looks of it. That's interesting. The cerulean processing plant, yeah. Now this is actual ground. I'm curious about what this dungeon is. What dungeon is this? The Praetorium. Huh. Okay, the Praetorium. Didn't expect that to be the dungeon we got here. It's the one from the story, right? Gotta be. And then there's another entrance there. It's gotta be another story one. Yu Hase? Uh-oh. Somebody got slain. Was that really necessary? I'd better be compensated for the additional exertion you caused me. What's going on here? Alright, duty calls. Commence battle for the recent Royale. Level sync to level 50. Let's do this. I don't expect this will be easy then, with this level syncing. Only 10 levels below me, but let's see. This wretch was with Royale. He threw himself at us that his mistress might escape. Oh, I see. She didn't blink when we cut him down, not even when he started screaming. No loyalty even to her own, the goddamn harpy. With me, Scion, we almost have her. Yeah, I don't like that woman. But you didn't need to spit. What's with the spitting today? That new emperor did it, now Ilbert. There you are, you backstabbing bitch. This is not over for you yet. Run into your imperial masters, are we? Yes, tatakai no toki da. Let's see her skills. One Royale alive, kill the rest. For Eorzea. That's easier said than done, my friend, but I'll try my best. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna try my best to do some AoE here. Seems like AoE might be the best course of action. Unfortunately, my Chocobo friend is not with me to help me out here. So we'll see how this goes. Oh yeah, I probably should use Thunder skills. I keep forgetting to do that. Fire 3. Take that. Cohort Centurion. Oh, I should have taken care of the Medicus first, but okay. Enemy reinforcements, look sharp, man. Yes, indeed. Few of them are... Yeah, nobody's actually attacking me. For better and for worse. Oh, actually, I take that back. Somebody was attacking me there for a moment. It's for better and for worse because, yeah, I don't receive as much damage, but they're also wounding my allies, so they're gonna kill them faster. From the looks of it. I gotta take a look at who the potential healer might be. Where is Ilbert? Can Ilbert die, actually? Because if Ilbert dies, that's probably gonna be a problem. Oh, I should not be attacking the lane, I think. They have healers? Okay, I think that's the healer right there. Cohort Aquilither. Of course, we gotta go after the healer first. Yeah, Flame Pugilist is helping me out with this. Right, let's go back to some AoE. Are there any other healers? I can't see any healers around here. Man, Roban has got to be feeling so terrible about this, though. Somebody who he trusted so much turned out to be a backstabber like this. Well, not really a backstabber because she was never on our side all along, but still. Doesn't make it any better for her, really. More reinforcements. Even more incoming. Let's take care of this cohort Colossus. I think we should take down this big tanky thing first. Taking quite a lot to take it down. Let's do an AoE right now. Yeah, I think we have to avoid... Oh, Yugiri! Yugiri is coming! There we go, the Doma! Yes, Ilbert is receiving quite a lot of damage right there. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Can we take down Eileen right there? I'm guessing she doesn't die. She just like goes down but doesn't actually die right there. I'm getting a lot of AoEs on me, so if somebody could take that aggro, please. Because I can't do anything when they're doing that many AoEs on me. Oh my gosh. I mean, I could take the damage, but that's probably not a good idea. Let's take down this cohort E-Quest. Ilbert is gonna die though. If Ilbert dies, that's it. I'm not a tank, I'm a DPS. I can't protect him. Ah, we are gonna fail because Ilbert is gonna die. Ah, god damn it. That is so fucking annoying. That is so fucking annoying. Square Enix, come on, come on. I don't like that. You have to be a tank no matter what you're doing. Yeah, just go for very easy. I don't like it. I don't like it when you have to protect people when you're not a tank. I don't think it's designed well enough, at least in this case. Let's give it another try. I will focus on those enemies that are attacking Ilbert. Fury of the Dull Blade! That's all it took to take you down? Come on! Just kidding, just kidding. Eileen is the problem, right? I would put her to sleep, but Ilbert keeps hitting her, so... Can't really do that on her. Ah, man, this is gonna be difficult. An escort mission, basically. Yeah, let's keep hitting the other ones. What happens if I keep hitting Eileen the Racer? Fuck it, let's just do it and see how it goes. Can you actually kill her and fail the quest by killing her? I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? I should addle her to reduce her damage, though. That'll probably be ideal. Who is doing that to Ilbert? What the hell is going on there? Yeah, let's hit her. Let's kill the bitch. Let's see. Yeah, she can die, but she does get her health all the way down. But she still fights though, that's the problem. I don't want her to keep wounding Ilbert. We gotta be seriously fast. And as a black mage, this is like hard difficulty. Because you're not a tank and you can't kill enemies very fast either. Oh. Yeah, so I'm going for very easy difficulty because it's already hard difficulty by virtue of being a black mage. I'm gonna take that damage because, yeah. Come on, work with me, Square Enix. You can't make me do missions like this. I'm a humble black mage. I gotta have casting time. Most of the time. Oh, they have a healer. We should take care of that healer there. I still gotta see if I can protect Ilbert. I'm gonna try just to keep taking the damage from these enemies here, because I can't just keep avoiding the AoEs all the time. I can't move all the time. It really messes with my casting. That's how it's gotta be. Hopefully the potions I have can help me? I don't know. You can just die. Stun my machine. Let's go for Thunder over there. Here come the reinforcements. Can we take down that cohort Colossus before that? Yeah, lay all your love on me, baby. It's me you want to be concerned about, Sunshine. Lay all your love on me. Don't give ways to my emotions. Yeah, I do have to move. I can't just keep taking every single one of those hits. They're gonna kill me otherwise. But the bloody casting times! I can do some abilities instantaneously sometimes, but really not all the time. Okay. We're gonna try to take on this one. Taking the AoEs. I should use Mana Ward for this though. Okay, never mind. We took that one down. How is Ilbert doing? There we go. We were close that last time, but yeah. Gotta do it at a lower difficulty. I'm not... As a Black Mage, I can't be protecting people. Not the right class for that. Not only because I'm not a tank, but all the casting time. So yeah. Now come with us, you scoundrel. Bind her and do it tight. Yes, sir. She may put up more resistance, though. And there's all the evidence in the world against her. Good work, man. Whew, that was a tough battle. Well done, everyone. I still don't like that I had to protect Ilbert. Feels like the design of that fight could have been better. Because I had to go for a very easy difficulty. I don't think I would have cleared it otherwise. They gotta keep in mind what role you are if possible. Or just not do a mission like this altogether. I don't know. That's how I feel about that, at least. She and her Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. People looked up to you as one of the Order's founding members. One of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fallen so low. She was with the Imperials all along. And the Monitor is helping her. What would you know of Lo? You, a spoiled little lordling who has never known anyone. He doesn't know what she's saying. People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. You think it your God's given right to rule over others. Excuse me? Do you know who the hell you're serving, you bitch? What do you think the Imperials are? A bunch of privileged people at the top. At least some of them are. Not all of them. Who the hell did she think she's serving? She's out of her mind. You know not of our plight. The injustice that we low-born Ishgardians must endure. To the noble lords and ladies, we are not people, but resources to be consumed. And you're better with the Empire? What is wrong with this bitch? Nah, she's out of her mind. She's full of it. I did what I had to do to survive. Stealing, killing, even whoring myself. It is no fault of mine if fools imagine me a paragon when I joined the Flames. I'm not helping your case, lady. To hear you tell it, one would think you're the only person ever to have suffered. In case you have forgotten, Roban himself was born into poverty, as was I. We live hand to mouth, with little more than the shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted the hand that we had been dealt, and played it to the best of our ability. Not sure if I fully agree with what Ilbert is saying here. You know, if you have a bad situation, you have the right to bemoan, as he puts it, about it. You have the right to complain about it. Still, you should follow a better path. You should do the right thing, as Ilbert and Roban did ultimately, unlike this woman here. What is she saying, though? She doesn't know what she's saying. Well, she thinks he's better with the Empire. She doesn't know who she's serving. I think ultimately she doesn't. Again, doing what she had to do, as she puts it. Life was a battle, but no matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. Could have put it with better words than that, but okay. How are we any different then? Our actions is what made us different, Eileen. We did not sacrifice other people. It's true that we were both mercenaries of lowly birth. It is true that we both had our fair share of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, you sold your comrades. Now he has put it perfectly. If life has taught me one thing, it is that you never betray your own. I would sooner cut off my own arm than raise a hand against a friend. Why did I ever doubt Gilbert? I'm so cynical sometimes. I'm sorry. But enough talk. You will return to all that to face justice, and the people whose trust you have dragged through the gutter. And poor Roban, man, his heart must be broken at this. I wanna talk to him and see what he has to say. Such is the situation. A sad situation indeed, but at least we stopped this before we got any worse. Come on, come on, come on. We can all do better than this. Not so much as a hint of remorse. I think she did display a little bit of remorse towards the end, with what Ilbert was saying. It is well that this sordid business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We must hope that we have chosen our own allies more wisely than Roban chose his. Hey, hey, hey! You don't need to say it like that. Poor Roban. Poor Roban, seriously. Want to talk to him and see how he feels.
I've heard. Truly bothersome business.
Oh, and then this bastard.
No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Roban. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the blades watch him in the flames day and night.
The blades, Those blasted brass blades, eventually we're gonna have to get rid of them because... bunch of bastards.
You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace.
Oh no, I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going. He was so nice earlier. But he was really putting on a good mask. When he was helping us earlier with...
East Albanard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while.
What is it that he helped us with when he was showing to be himself a good person for a moment, supposedly? He masked that pretty well, all things considered. And then Lolorito.
Nanamo Ulnamo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
Ah, for heaven's sake, no, not Nanamo. You little bastard. And then what happens if Nanamo dies? Yeah, what happens? How is the succession for the Sultanate? Old Dai is gonna be thrown into chaos if that happens. Poor Roban is gonna get his heart broken even more. Come on, don't do that, my boy. Yeah, we gotta talk to Roban. He's not having a good time. Captain Ilbert and I have a few questions for the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. When we have completed our interrogation, we shall take our findings directly to General Roban, and that shall be the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend. My thanks. Ah, but I have one last task for you. Return to the Rising Stones and apprise Minfilia of all that has happened. I am aware that the antecedent held Roel in high regard. Uh-oh. For better or worse, she will want to know how this tale ends. This is what happens when betrayal happens. No redundancy intended? In a way it's betrayal, in a way you may say it's not betrayal because she was never on our side all along, it's just her revealing her true colors, right? But yeah, the imposter among us has been found and ejected from the ship. But all's not well that ends well because it's a sad, it's a sordid affair, all of it. Alright, it looks like it's time for another ad break, so before we interact with Minfilia, we're reaching the end of this quest line with Dreams of Ice, I think, so it's a good time in which to have the ad break. Let's have the 90 seconds or so right now. And I'm gonna drink some water. I keep saying 90 seconds or so, they are 90 seconds. Surely they are. And if they're not, something is wrong with Twitch. At least it shouldn't be any more than 90 seconds. If it's any more than that, then there's something terribly wrong. Poor Minfilia, she's gonna be so heartbroken as well. But I think Roban is gonna have it the worst. And then the Sultana is being targeted. If only we could warn him, but That is an omniscient cutscene. I don't have knowledge of this in universe. I can't warn him about that. I do see some things with the Echo, but that was not a vision from the Echo. It wasn't. That was just what we may call the omniscient narration. Yeah, we can call it that, in that case. Excuse me. But I think I have hydrated well enough. I think I already reached the 2 liters for today. Although they say it should be like 2.5 liters every day, so I don't know. I should do no less than 2 liters of water every day though. Human forms are so difficult to maintain. And I mean like maintenance. I don't mean maintain in the sense that it's unstable and I may lose the human form. No, no, no. No, no, no. I got it. It's more about human maintenance, right? Anyway.
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alfino.
Alfino? I've been saying it wrong? What? Alfino. Yeah. I mean, he's the grandson of Louis Soin. Makes sense that it's more French like that. Alice I think is correct. Alfino. I'm gonna try to stop pronouncing that D at the end then.
To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent. I know not what to say.
Until now, until it's all over, do I get to hear the pronunciation of the name. Huayi. Huayi. Or something like that. Roel I've been saying all this time. Huayi. Huayi. Okay. So many French names. Ugh, keep getting them wrong. Final Fantasy XI was the same. There was a lot of French influence.
Together with Robon, Eline lent us much needed aid at the time of our Order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat.
All things considered, she may not be truly bad. Fully bad. Or it might be like that Teleji bastard, like... They help, but just to put themselves in good standing, they actually don't care at the end of the day. Who knows?
When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then. But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Asians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled.
Then let us assemble the superstars of the 7th dimension.
My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with white auracite, the miraculous material that'll allow us to capture Asian souls.
That allows to do what? You didn't say that before, did she? I don't think she did. She didn't say that before.
Back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
In addition to auracite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
Very blunt way to put it, but yeah.
'Tis our belief that an Asian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Asian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy.
Is that the fight where Thancred was possessed? It must have been, right? The one-on-one fight. Very tough fight, but very epic.
Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Heidelin placed the means to destroy the Asians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
Quite so, my lady. we must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Heidelin did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had 2 pieces of white auracite? One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Well, that's only one Ascian. What if we're fighting several Ascians? There's several of them, right?
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
A blade of light, though. That sounds so good, though. I hope we can pull that off.
It would seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the auracite. And I could do with some help. Urianger, why don't you lend me a hand?
Mine apologies, but I am required at the waking sounds. Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
He is right about that.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there, then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
Yay, there we go. A solution, Urianger. Surely you're happy about that. Surely he's very happy about that prospect. These two, though. These two.
While you were afield, word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident at the Isle of Vow.
Yeah.
What they discovered was troubling, to say the least.
Oh, dear.
According to the report, the Isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
Nani? Eh? Eh?
Aye. Yet the mystery endeth not with the Isle's disappearance. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
This is definitely the work of the Ascians.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
Dimensional compression. Dimensional compression, the rejoining. I like the sound of that. I'd like to hear more.
All indications suggest Ascian involvement. But I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the dark beings call the one true God.
I did say primal of darkness, right? There's no primal of darkness. Whatever represents darkness is way beyond the mere level of a primal. And this is what the Ascians have been trying to resurrect. La Habrea said it himself. Right after, you know, such devastation, this was not my intention. Or actually it was before Gaius said that. But he's like, you know, I did everything that was necessary to resurrect my god. That's what the Ascians are trying to do. Well, in general. Some of them have kind of different motives, but yeah.
We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon.
Kryl?
If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
Yeah, she was mentioned before. Did we actually meet her? Because the first thing I thought is that there's a previous Final Fantasy character called Kryl. In either 5 or 6 or one of those games. Somewhere there in the middle of the first 10 games. I would love for there to be events just crossovering with crossovering, that's a word now. Crossovering with the previous Final Fantasy games. Terra Bramford, boom, shows up. Noctis shows up. I know there have been like elements from there, like Gilgamesh and like Cloud of Darkness, but like a straight up crossover. Bringing elements from Dissidia to make it possible, maybe, I don't know. Cloud Strife appears there somewhere. They did it with Nier Automata, so yeah. Let us wrap this up, though. This will be the end of Dreams of Ice, I think. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Poor Roban, poor Roban.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
Huayu.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the media project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived.
I like to believe that some of what they're referencing here was actually like a whole quest line that the player could have done before a Realm Reborn. Possibly. Or at least it was maybe there in the sidelines here and there. So yeah.
To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the Primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
The Black Wolf, is that Gaius? I think that was his nickname, right? I forget though. Do remind me in the chat.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
Now I'm thinking Huayu's whole determination to stop the Primals is also because the Imperials themselves didn't like them either, so they wouldn't have worked with her anyway, so she had her own ulterior motives for that too. That makes sense now. But yeah, let's keep watching this.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varus Zos Galvus.
He knew what he was doing.
So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea.
The blasted monitoress from this accursed council.
In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
7 hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Oh.
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or Monetarist masters.
That's a good point from Alpinaut.
Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Could have been Telechi there, as we saw. Huayu.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
So sorry, Roban.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Hua Yu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul.
Yeah, I should not have done that with Ilbert earlier.
And with that, I take my leave.
Oh, that Crystal Brave salute. So nice. For Roban, things are not easy for him right now. Things are...
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune.
Things are falling apart here in Ul'dah. And this was my starter city, for heaven's sake.
How could you, Hua Yu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve. I know you can hear me, monitorous scum. Your crimes will not go unpunished.
See, that's what it was with Hua Yu. She was siding with those oppressors she kept talking so much about. Just a different kind of oppressor than the ones she was oppressed by.
This land of your sickness before the eyes of the 12, I swear it.
You do that, Roban. You absolute hero. He reacted pretty much the way I thought he was gonna react. He was just gonna get angry and angry, like... Oh, that is such a lovely bed. Sultana.
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace.
But she's in danger though. I'm so worried for her. Yeah, it's a troubling situation for her too.
Not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
Sultana.
Has the situation grown so grim?
Canny Senna. Oh, she was there. Right.
Ever since he proposed the Khaiden reclamation bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees.
That's what it was. He was just trying to get on their side, to seem benevolent, when he is anything but.
The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs.
Honestly, he is clever to an extent. I gotta give him credit. Gotta give the devil his due, as they say.
Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right.
She really is a good ruler.
If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
Oh, screw Lolorito.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the immortal flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Uldar's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monitorists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Oh, nobody touch my man. He's gonna strike back. Don't you worry about that. Let them try.
Eorzea can ill afford for the immortal flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together.
This makes the situation in Ul'dah even worse. All these scoundrels just doing like stupid like corruption, politic affairs internally, and here we have a big threat of the Garleans and even Primals that we are like... Half of me just wants, like, if the monitors do take over Ul'dah, that may happen later in the story, I don't know. I want the Garlean Empire to just attack Ul'dah, and they're like, oh shit, ah, 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 and yeah, let them just be killed. Well, a lot of innocent people would die, so wouldn't actually be good, but yeah. Like, don't you just see your petty squabbles, how petty these squabbles are? Let yours actually be united, you bunch of idiots.
Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
I'm sure Great Dany and Limsa Lominsa have their own issues, but nothing compared to Ul'dah right here. Ul'dah and Ishgard are the most difficult ones. We keep saying Ishgard needs to join the Eorzean alliance, but Ul'dah has its own share of issues, and things are starting to fall apart with the Immortal Flames as well. In this sense, I think it was a good thing that we formed the Crystal Braves. Because if the Grand Companies can have issues like these, we need a Grand Company, so to speak, of our own.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few.
Very well phrased, Sultana.
The monitorists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends.
Can I just comment this humongous teapot right here, though? I think it's a teapot, and if that's the case, that is humongous. Huge. I wasn't sure if this mug right here was supposed to be for tea or coffee or anything like that. It looks kind of more like a soup to me, but maybe that's what it's meant to be. It's just that big. It's super big. I'll take 10 of those, thank you very much. I'll take 10. I'll take 10, thank you. 10 teapots and 10 mugs. Where do I pay? Where do I sign for this? Let's go.
For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people. For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Oh, is she talking about her own royal house? Holy cow. No way. Sultan.
Nay, you jest.
Nay, you jest. She's thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Merlwyb, I mean. She realizes royalty has to die. And she... Oh my god. What a fantastic person she is. Nanamo. She's the best.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here.
She wants to dissolve the Sultanate. Let's fucking go. Oh, I like that. I like
when I
like that.
My declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue.
Shouldn't she do this after the Syndicate has been taken care of, though? Wow, are you kidding me?
As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Rauban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
Is that what's gonna happen? Rauban will be like the whole leader of Ul'dah now? After the Sultana steps down and the Sultanate itself is over. Dude. I'm like, she's being targeted. They're aiming to assassinate her. That much is clear to me now. But at the same time, she's already planning... Maybe that's why Teleji wants to assassinate her. He somehow wants to make it so that he becomes the next Sultan. I don't know how it works. I don't know if he's anywhere in the line of succession, but... Nanamo doesn't have any children from the looks of it, so I don't know. That probably makes it easier, honestly, to do what she's about to do. This is incredible! This is incredible! It's one of my favorite plot twists so far. She's great.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
I'll forever refer to her as Her Grace and Her Majesty and all that. Absolutely, though. What did they say about Princess Leia in The Force Awakens? To me, she's royalty.
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people.
I love this. I love this. This is so cool. She's the best.
Roban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
My God. I feel for her so much. Well, that is it right there. If she does successfully abdicate, not just abdicate, but dissolve it altogether, what happens after that? What even happens after that? Ooh, we are going to see that. We are so gonna see that. So next we have Before the Fall, patch 2.5 and 2.55 kind of, right? Because it was released kind of in two parts, but it's really all patch 2.5. Lots of things are gonna be unlocked. I see a Keeper of the Lake dungeon. That's gotta be Midgard's armor. The Chrysalis trial, I think it is. Bunch of other things in there. And since it's already divided neatly in two parts like that, from what I'm seeing in the wiki, I'm probably just gonna like divide it like that when it comes to the streams. Part 2 is the one that seems a lot longer though. Let me take a look quickly at YouTube. See like a video of all the cutscenes or something like that. FF14 Before the Fall long play, or just all the cutscenes? No, this is one for A Realm Reborn. 28 hours, 58 minutes, 53 seconds. The entirety of A Realm Reborn, which I'm not sure if it includes like the content that we're doing right now, which is the one in between A Realm Reborn and Heavensward, but yeah. And then I don't know how we're gonna divide Heavensward when we get to it, but that's another story. We'll cross that bridge when we have to. I think next week we're actually not gonna do that much for Before the Fall because we're gonna focus on the Hildebrand stuff. But okay, I'm seeing something here. Final Fantasy XIV 2.5 Before the Fall, all cutscenes, game, movie, 1080p HD, and the duration of that video is 4 hours, 56 minutes, and 23 seconds. But this is both parts together, I think. So yeah, I think we may be able to divide it in that way. That amount, that's just the cutscenes. Obviously, it's gonna take me a lot longer to do it. But again, it's gonna be divided in two parts like that. I think that can work out. I think that can work out nicely. Thank you so much to the people that upload this on YouTube to be able to reference that. It's not like it's a single-player game or content that can really be consulted in a web page like howlongtobeat.com, which is a great resource as well. But yeah. Long plays are great too. Long plays are great in their own way. Oh yeah, let's talk to everybody. Hey, Tataru, always waving to me. What a sweetheart. Seems it's the same dialogue as before. Do I see a new person there? Ryal? I'm gonna say Ryal. A lot of new faces have come in. A lot of new faces have come in from all over to join the Crystal Braves. We're glad for the help, of course, but it's still a right pain in the ass training him up. Haha. Oh yeah, my boy Thancred's still having a bad time right there. Oh my gosh. Well, maniacs, superstars, Tajigan travelers, supernovas. That is the end of the Dreams of Ice content, and with that is the end of the stream right here. We're gonna leave it like this for today. There's gonna be a raid for today. No invasion from another dimension. But that is the whole stream day. Yeah. Didn't take me that long to go through the Final Fantasy XIV content today. That's good to know. Yeah, in about 3 hours, just taking some time, taking my time to do things as well here and there. This is working out. This is working out. Spreading things out like this. But I need to have a game plan in this way. You see, I need to have a plan laid out before me. That's the way I want to keep doing it. Whether I play Final Fantasy XIV or, God forbid, I do go back to one of the other MMORPGs somehow. We'll see. But as for comebacks, we're gonna go back to YouTube tomorrow for Japanese learning right here. Just good old Japanese learning. Probably gonna be a stream on the short side. 2 hours, might even be less than that, depending on how things are for me tomorrow. And then the Castle Crusher stream, yeah, gonna be a short one. It may also depend on how long it takes me to take down everybody in the IC arena. I'm not gonna have time to farm experience or anything like that off the stream, so we're just gonna pick up where we left off today. And I'll try to clear the IC arena. If we have extra time after that, if it doesn't take me too many tries or something like that, I may even have to grind a little bit before I continue with that. Then we're gonna do other things, just check out a few of the other characters and some extra stuff like that. Might be a super short stream, like even 1 hour or so, all things considered, but we're gonna have it. I made a thumbnail for it already, damn it, so we're gonna have it. But yeah, we have the IC arena, and I want to check out the other characters for a little bit. I mean, they're level 1. They're not gonna have a lot of skills exactly, but we'll see how it works. We may even find somebody to play with online, although I won't be able to play with them that much. Maybe I shouldn't search for an online match then. I think it's gonna be highly unlikely that we'll find players for that. I don't know though. I don't know. Shall we head back to the portal? Well, another fantastic Friday, no pun intended. I don't know what we're gonna do for next Friday though. I mean, it's most likely, as always, Final Fantasy XIV. I think it's gonna be the Hildebrand content that was released with Before the Fall. We do before that, before the fall, you could say. I don't know why I'm doing the Hildebrand content first. I guess I go for the comic relief first and then for the epic stuff. Maybe it was meant to be the other way around, but this is the way we've been doing it. We might as well continue it. I think I might do it differently for the rest of the game, because there's more Hildebrand Manderville content for the entirety of the game. And actually, yeah, I think it's the one that involves the actual Manderville Gold Saucer. I'm not sure though, but yeah. What forest animal helps the druid get a green color for the robe? A dire wolf. Hey, Jess. I'm glad you could catch the stream. We were about to end it, but I'm glad you could catch it just so you can say that beautiful pun. Hey, we love puns over here, so it's most welcome. Great to see you, Jess. Hope your Friday's going well, if it's still Friday for you. We're ending a big day of streams, so want to keep my Fridays like this. But yeah, other than Final Fantasy XIV, I don't know what we're gonna do for the YouTube side of things. If I wanted to do things in Master Duel right now, we could do that. If there were an event going on, maybe. You had a whole notebook of puns? Save them for the next streams. Save them for the next streams, because we're about to end this. But thank you so much for stopping by near the end here. Let me give you a shout out since you're right here. What was the last thing you were doing here in the Twitch dimension? Assassin's Creed Brotherhood! Gotta take a look at your streams for Assassin's Creed. I have such fondness for that game. For pretty much the entire Assassin's Creed series. Say hello to Ezio for me, to Machiavelli and company. Hope you're having a good time with that. Well, I don't know how long ago that stream for you was, but yeah, hope it's been a good time with that. And what was I gonna say? Well, I'm getting ahead of myself talking about next week. There's still 2 streams left. Short as they might be. It may not be that short actually, especially tomorrow, but yeah, with all things considered, it might be like that. So, we're gonna end it like that. Trying to finish all the mainline AC games by the end of 2023. That's a tall task. Depending on how much you want it to do anyway. If you're trying to 100% them, yeah, that might take a while. You're in Brotherhood right now and it's April, you still have a long way to go. Revelations 3. Well, Liberation doesn't go into this because it's not mainline, I guess you could say. And then 4 Black Flag, Unity, Syndicate, not in that order I think. Rogue, Valhalla, Origins, Odyssey, so much. You got Black Flag, Rogue, and Odyssey done? Okay, so you're not doing them in order then, I think. But I wish you the best for that. I gotta watch your streams for that. I haven't played the stuff after Syndicate though. So those games I don't know much about. Valhalla, Odyssey. Just need to finish Valhalla DLC? Gotcha. I'll get to those games eventually though. I do want to play them. But yeah, with this we're gonna finish it, Maniacs. Twitch is about to force some ads on me, so we should finish it right now. I'd rather only hit the snooze button. They have really weird policies with the snooze button right there. But yeah, thank you so much for coming, Minna. We're gonna end it right here. No raid. That's the end of Twitch streams for this week. We'll end it right there. Thanks for stopping by, Jess, and thank you to you all. Otsukai-sama desu.